The entire Minecraft movie plot hinges on Steve finding a ruined portal, but if this movie were filmed anywhere near its actual announcement, or just any time before 2020, this wouldn't have made any sense. The same is true for the giant mountain with a diamond stash below it, or the boots of swiftness that come from a spin-off game, which got me realizing that Minecraft has changed so much since the turn of the decade, and I figured it would be fun if I jump into a new playthrough and show you exactly how, and so I'm going to beat Minecraft, but only using items which have been added since 2020. Should be a lot of fun, and so join me for this one. And yeah, there are going to be lots of moments of challenge along the way, because even the start of Minecraft hasn't actually changed that much since 2020. You still just have to chop down some wood, except actually, maybe it's easier to do when you can find yourself a new type of it, like I can just over there in the distance. This is the Cherry Grove biome, added in the Tales and Trails update, and it's one of 6 new types of wood added in the last 5 years, which is actually kind of nutty when you say it like that. I think Mojang worked out that adding wood is a great way to add customization, because it's not just one new block like many others are, but it also creates brand new planks and brand new, hi-fi blocks, and also brand new ways to get pressure plates and buttons. And yeah, for the sake of this video, I am going to be counting any new source of an item to count as a new thing, and so this biome is not just famous for having a pink wood type, which is very delightful and which I'll take plenty of with me, but also for having higher spawn rates for a particular pink mob. And also these guys, apparently. Yeah, here he is. I was starting to worry myself there. This is the pig, and he spawns slightly more commonly in Cherry Groves. Alongside emerald ore, weirdly enough, if you're the sort of person who likes to mine for their currency. I guess we all are in this beautiful game, based on the movie. But interestingly enough, if you are someone who yearns for the mines, but also yearns for currency, the Cherry Grove is great. Also great is the fact that we have 5 raw pork chops, but if we eat them raw, they're not going to get us very far, and so we need to be a little bit more clever than that, which means we need to cook these up. And previously, most people would use sticks or coal in the early game, but those are both old sources, I would argue, and so what should we do instead? Well, first of all, we need to find stone to make a furnace, and so allow me to craft myself a boat. By the way, this is the brand new crafting system. You have to unlock recipes, and so if you've never stepped foot in water, you won't be able to see the recipe for a boat. You have to remember that it looks like this. Also has changed for the Bedrock version of the game recently. But yeah, what's also changed on Bedrock is the way that boats themselves work. So now if you want to ride off a cliff, just like you've been able to on Java for a while, you'll be able to do that on Bedrock with no full damage whatsoever. Look at this. It's amazing, no damage, and also it works pretty smoothly when you're in the air. Also quite cleverly is the fact that this doesn't just work while you're in the boat. You can use the boat as a source of stopping full damage by landing in it before you hit the ground. Wait, you know, if you hit the ground first, it doesn't work. But here we go, let's go. Well, you know, a third time's the charm, I swear. Okay, there is a boat on a cliff. Here's me jumping past the cliff and... Okay, 4th time. I think that's what people say. You always get it on the 4th attempt. There we go. Nope, that was not it either. But if we land, we can land... Yeah, there we go, look at that. No full damage, besides from the 4 unsuccessful attempts. But yeah, a boat can save you a lot of your health. Or, if you're trying to show off silly things with it, it can cost you that. But yeah, this was added in a minor bug fix update in the last few years, and it's a useful thing to know about if you play Bedrock. If you don't, then something you should know about is the brand new terrain, which is infecting the entire overworld. All Minecraft seeds from before 2020 are not going to be the same because they rewrote the entire world generation algorithm so that they could add more impressive cliffs to the game. Previously, the top that your terrain could ever go to outside of jungle trees was Y128, but now it can go up to 256, and your world can go even higher than that, meaning that you can find these stunning new mountains, which as far as I'm concerned is a brand new source of stone, and so let's take advantage. Welcome to what I believe the game considers to be a grove biome, and what I consider to be my source of stone. Enough to make a stone pickaxe, and indeed a furnace. Although, we still have to deal with the problem of fueling our furnace. I mean, we could just do what we would usually do and use our wooden pickaxe, but I'd like to show you a brand new fuel source added literally this year in the Spring to Life drop. This is leaf litter, and it's so much better than sticks and coal. Coal takes a full second to mine with a pickaxe, and chopping down wood is wildly inefficient, when you could literally just take this free resource that takes 0 seconds to to mine from the forest floor. As you can see, by just doing that for 5 seconds as we did right there, I now have 40 of them, which will be enough to fuel my 6 raw pork chops and so much more. Because yeah, unlike coal, which can be very inefficient, every leaf litter fuels almost 1 smelt, which means you'll rarely waste a lot of leaf litter, which is great. And now I can eat cooked pork chops in peace. Okay, so I've staved off death, but now I need to deal with the next big concern, which is that the sun is slowly setting. And don't worry, I have a plan for that. We can't just craft a bed the usual way by shearing a sheep. I think that would be a little uncouth, and so instead my plan is to go and find a brand new ore, because there has been one added in the last 5 years. I think it's something that every Minecraft player who likes mining has been, again, yearning for, if we have to use the verbiage. But like, you know, I think that the truth is that everyone has been asking for a new ore, and this new ore is wildly useful. If you haven't played Minecraft in 5 years, you want to get as much of this ore as you can. Okay, this is copper, and it can generate all the way up to Y112, but it's actually most happy being somewhere just below the surface, and so if you mine right around sea level, it's probably the ore you'll find most, and again, you get it in very large quantities, which is handy, because let me give you the full list of things you can do with it. Again, you're going to be mind blown here. So you can use cooked copper, that is, once you've smelted it, to make yourself lightning rods. These are useful in the event that there is lightning, and you are near something flammable, and don't want that flammable thing to light on fire, and that is the biggest one. And then you can use copper for, well, you could use it as a block. It's wildly inefficient to actually mine as a block, because you need 9 of these to make a block, and so most people don't do that. Okay, we've got enough copper now. I'm just gonna go on the run using my boat, which I have ready. Although actually, let's have some fun with this boat thing, shall we? So this is a stray, by the way. I don't think he was added in the last 5 years, but boy, is he annoying. Okay, that's a baby zombie. Gotta run away from that. Okay, he's running towards me. Okay, so let me show you 2 of the fun features from this video, but combined. We now have terrain that goes up way higher than before, and we have the ability to go down it without falling, and so you better believe I'm gonna do that right now. Oh dear God, oh no. Okay, well, thank God I didn't fall in that cave. Now we're gonna break this. I guess I'll use a mixture of pickaxes for that. And we're gonna try our very best to make it out of tonight alive, because we don't have a bed, and I'm missing 1 critical ingredient to getting one. Although while I'm running through this forest, desperate for my life, I should quickly point out, leaf litter literally everywhere. You can pick it up while doing basically no extra work, and then you can fuel your furnaces for even longer. Like, look at this. It is, you know, it's called litter for a reason. It is problematically filling up your world, and you could use it, in theory, to make some pretty decorations. But let's be honest, free furnace fuel is way better than that. Oh, okay. Very unexpected. I was looking for a different structure, but I've just found the Ruin Portal. These were added to the world in the Nether update to kind of encourage players to wonder, ooh, if I haven't been to the Nether, maybe I should. And they make it a lot easier by giving you a partially complete Nether portal. However, to most long-term players, the real benefit they provide is this chest right here, which as you can see contains 9 nuggets, a flint, oh, and a flint and steel, and a lodestone, I guess. Okay, I'm running away from that though. Oof, ouch. But yeah, just like that, I've got myself a source of flint and steel. Oh, but I found a brand new item, the wildflower. These wildflowers can be placed on the ground exactly like leaf litter. I honestly don't understand why we need to have leaf litter and wildflowers and cherry blossom. That's the pink petals, rather I should say, that you find in the cherry groves. But we have all of them, and if you want to make pretty grounds, you can do that. Speaking of pretty grounds, let's light this guy on fire. By the way, it's not just hostile mobs you can light on fire. Having a flint and steel is one of the best items. This is obviously an OG one, but we got it in a new way. So one of the fun things about flint and steel is you can use it as a way to get cooked meat immediately after an animal dies, because if an animal dies on fire, their meat comes out pre-cooked. Which is mildly morbid, yes, but useful to know regardless. This is a Trail Ruins. It was added as part of the Trails and Tales update, quite fittingly named really, and it's one of the most confusing structures to look at if you actually see it, as well as one of the most confusing structures to actually find, but I have one right here. It's one of my great uses of copper, and so do you know what's gonna happen? Oh, not so much as it turns out, but that will change, I'm sure. Okay, my plan was to be here for long enough that I would find a string. However, as you can see, the sun has risen again, and I have no string. By the way, if you want to know how many days you've been playing in Minecraft, this is also a brand new feature. If you go to Settings, and then you go to General, no, if you go to Game, and then you go to Show Days Played, you can turn that on, and we can find out it's currently day 2. Or it's day 3, but we've played 2 days. Or it's day 2 because it starts at 0. Whichever way you want to interpret that, it's all kind of craziness either way. But yeah, I don't think we're finding any sign. Oh no, I just broke one. That might have had the string in it. Yeah, no sign of string, but I did get my first emerald, which is cool. Might give me some new direction in life. Okay, I feel like, oh god, I feel like I saw a village earlier. So let's go back in that direction till we find one. Or we could take advantage of the Wandering Trader. What have you got for me today? Is it anything useful? Pale oak? Maybe, actually. I am running low on wood supplies right now. Yeah, go on then. Oh, he seemed very happy with that trade. So, we're an hour into this world now, and I've got to say, things are looking pretty disjointed. I've got myself a nice pile of dirt, I've got myself 2 fun new types of wood, but ultimately, things aren't going that great, because the Trail of Ruins was a big risk, and sadly, it didn't give me a big reward, but there is one way I can bring this all back on track and bring us closer towards our success, and indeed closer towards defeating the Ender Dragon, and it's going to require another type of new trade. Not the type of guy who'll give me wood from a biome I've never been to, but instead the type of guy who'll help me go somewhere else that I've never been. Okay, there we go. Just over the hill there is a tiger village. Oh! Should have been looking behind me, not ahead. Okay, has anyone seen this type of villager building before? Or is it just a weird coincidence that 2 buildings are next to each other? In either case, this is usually a great source of wood. Not that I can use any of it. But also, of bundles, a brand new item, which I was desperately trying to get from the Trail Ruins, and which apparently was just a freebie right here, if I bothered to look for it. Okay, though, I found the actually important villager building, which is the one containing this. This is a cartography table, and although it has mixed use as a version of itself, the cartographer villager that will spawn around it is a brand new thing in terms of what he can trade, and what he offers is absolutely astounding, let me tell you. But first, we need to get something that he wants, and also we have to hope that he doesn't die to zombies. So I'm going to try and leave this village in the hopes that it doesn't get overrun by zombies. Such stupid zombies. Oh, no. Okay, maybe I'm the stupid one. Maybe I'm the stupid one. Oh, no. Oh, that's definitely my map villager. Oh! I've got to stop looking at things too intensely. Okay, so that is a very big problem for me, especially as I have no health. So I'll just quickly pick up some beetroot. I'll eat the beetroot while being very careful of my surroundings. And then assuming I can't cure this guy, I think I'm just going to let him die. Yep, that's probably fine. Oh, I wish this was a good food source. Oh, we got a new cartographer. We just need to get this guy to that guy. There we go. Sorted. Okay, so this is a cartographer, and right now, all I need to do to get his brand new map trades is either give him a bunch of emeralds for empty maps, or give him some paper. The problem being, getting paper is quite an old school thing. You've been able to do it forever in Minecraft. You take some sugarcane that generates all around the world. I'm sure I could find some here. But that technically makes it an old feature that you could do before 2020. And so I've gotten it in my brand new Pale Oak boat. And I'm going to try and do this in a very different way. And I have an idea. Oh, yeah, I have a very good idea, actually. I was going to go back to the one of these I found earlier. But apparently I found a new ruin portal. And I'm hoping that if I go inside of this, and if I look in this chest, I find 3 obsidian, which is very good news for me. A bunch of iron nuggets as well, too, by the way. But if we just take these 3 obsidian blocks, we can go 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's very frustratingly close. So all we need now is a single bucket of water and lava, which is actually very easy to do. Let's make one of those right now. And now we can go to the Nether. Well, it's actually a bit of a pain because of the way. I feel like these ruin portals are placed in literally the most frustrating way you can imagine. But just like that, we can go to the Nether, which is my favorite source of paper. You have to see why. Okay, please give me a bad spawn, Minecraft. All those times that I've prayed for a Crimson Forest and gotten a Soul Sand Valley, please give me that energy right now. Oh, damn. It's bad, but it's not as bad as I was hoping for. Oh! Oh, no. No. Oh, wait, actually, you know what's a brand new feature they've added to Bedrock in the last 5 years? The ability to pause and what is called on Java, or you know, what you might want to call this difficulty scamming. If there is a ghast doing some annoying things to you, well, just switch difficulty and the ghast will vanish. Apparently the explosion will too. And then if you don't believe in playing on peaceful because it's not that fun, you can switch right back. Or turn the difficulty down because you're in the Nether. Why not? And actually, it looks as though running away from the ghast has led me to a Soul Sand Valley. Absolutely perfect. Oh, just gonna difficulty scum my way through this one. And they're all gone. It's been something that's been possible on Java for like literally since the beginning of difficulty, but it's only been possible on Bedrock for all of 3 months now. Oh my god, a Nether fortress before a bone block? What world am I living in? Oh, by the way, I should mention that the entirety of the Nether, or at least all of the Nether we've seen so far, has been brand new generation since 2020. That maybe goes without saying if you haven't played the game in a while, but they updated all of the biomes to make them entirely new, and in the process made quite a few odd ones, my least favourite being the Soul Sand Valley, but it does have a redeeming factor, and that redeeming factor is that it does come with quite a few odd formations, but not this one apparently. Okay, weirdly, I think my best move probably is just make a stone sword, and yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my stone sword and run across some skeletons, because I was entirely counting on finding some fossils, but there aren't any in this whole biome. Wait, actually, this whole biome so far, maybe hidden around this fortress, there are some goodies after all. Nope, there is absolutely no sign. I cannot stress that enough, how weird that is. I feel like they're always everywhere in the Soul Sand Valley. Okay, so I looked everywhere in this Soul Sand Valley and didn't find a single fossil structure, which was going to be my way of getting bone meal, but I just realized, you know what, even without any fossils, I'm still in the boniest biome in Minecraft, literally the only place where all day long you find skeletons, and so let's just tear through here, nice and easily, getting our hands on as many— oh, and there were fossils the whole time? I spent so long looking, and the moment I give up, literally, I spent 10 minutes looking, and 5 seconds after my speech— you know, I'm sticking with my speech, actually. Yeah, you know, who needs fossils when you've got skeletons? I do. It's me. I'm people. Oh, speaking of being people, oh god! I don't know why that didn't work correctly, but I do know I'm picking up as many bones as this pickaxe will let me hold, and then we're gonna get our hands on a lot of bone meal. Okay. Guess I'm getting bone meal the other way, too. Look at this, working wonderfully together. Okay. So now we break this into bone meal, and we get a grand total of 42. Oh, actually, plus this. That's another 54. That should be enough bone meal for a while. Just have to avoid that blaze now. He seems awfully fiery. You know, I'll just go get him. That way he can't hurt me anymore. Okay, go, 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 go. No, how are you not dead? Stone swords are so weak. Okay, I need to drop something to pick this up, so, ooh, I've got to decide quickly. Ooh, I've got to decide really quickly. I think this is a lesson in inventory management. Make sure that if you're not going to manage your inventory, you at least leave a few spots free, so when crazy stuff happens, you can deal with it. That is my advice to anyone watching. Also, don't pick up stuff you drop. Oh, God! That's an easy way to make sure we don't. Ooh, there's like a perfect amount of time in between gas blasts to make sure that you can eat, and I think that's really considerate of them. So cheers, mate. But you know what else I'm gonna say cheers for? This blaze rod. Nice. You know, I kind of want to peaceful cheese my way out of this situation. Too many skeletons, too few problems. Where'd they go? Now we're just going to ease our way back into the overworld, and then we can say that we've enjoyed the Nether, which is the easiest dimension for this challenge to apply to. I mean, if we're being totally frank, the idea of not using anything from before 2020 technically falls off the rails really quickly because, you know, crafting has existed and punching have existed from before them, but I do like this idea of trying to be as pure as possible because it is leading to a really weird playthrough, which is about to get even weirder, because if you don't know where I'm trying to get a map to, let me tell you, it's going to be a fun time. But yeah, ultimately, I think that there is something fun about picking a set of rules, and even when it can't be perfectly followed, just doing your best anyway. You know, I think I'm I think I'm accidentally discovering religion, but through Minecraft. But I think for all video games, the reason why silly challenges like this, you know, usually it's done in a way too over-edited format, and this is not the usual style. But, you know, like I feel like just picking a challenge and having some fun with it is so immensely fun that there's a reason there's a bunch of challenge videos on the internet. It's because you know you're going to have a weird time doing it. Speaking of weird times, I definitely make too many crafting tables for someone who has no real access to wood. But anyway, I'm back home just as the sun rises, which is great, because I have a fella I'd like to see about a map. Oh, actually, I've got some farming to do first. So let's grow some sugarcane using my nether bones, I guess. So hello. Oh, I've got 2. No, that's a Fletcher. No, that's a cartographer. And that's a cartographer too. Interestingly, they're from different biomes. I'm going to choose not to think about that too hard. And instead, I'm going to craft a bunch of paper. Just like this. Paper, paper, paper. And we're going to give it to the best bidder here. This fella right here is going to give me all of those. And now if I can just find a compass, he'll point me to... I actually don't want to go to either of those places, to be honest with you. Oh, I forgot. Current villagers? You have to specifically... Again, this is a wild thing to discover this late in the game. But with these types of villagers, we actually need to make sure their second trades are better so we can do something with them. Yeah, I made a horrible mistake. I traded all of my sugarcane with the wrong villager, which means even if I use all of the rest of this, I still only get 19 or 20 sugarcane, which isn't quite enough for me to be able to do anything with this guy. And so you better believe that means we're going back to the Nether. I mean, I could probably kill fish in this ocean, but fish were updated in 2019. I don't know if they had the bone drop back then, but I'm pretty sure they would have. So guess where we're going? Love coming to the bone dimension. Oh, especially love fighting this gal. Hey, nailed it. So now I'm going to do something a little bit risky, and I'm going to try and kill this Enderman. But before I do that, I'm going to do the bare minimum preparation here. And I'm just going to build myself a little fort. This is the simplest way just to make sure that you don't die when fighting an Enderman. And I solidly recommend you build one if you're going to stare at one like I am. The reason I'm doing this should be made clear later, but for now it's given me an opportunity to find a lot of these bony guys, which I am going to need. I think if I've got 20 bone meal, I'm definitely going to need a lot more, right? So let's just emotionally prepare for that eventuality right now. Oh god, he's wrecking me. This is how Soul Sand Valleys get you. 1 skeleton, no problem. 5 skeletons, you are dead. Or get 2 skeletons to attack each other, like right here. It's a matter of time. There we go. And we'll look at that guy. See, this should go really well for me. I see no world in which all of these mobs at the same time becomes a problem. Oh, God. Okay, come on. Please let me kill you before that happens. Okay. Please let me kill you. I can't. Oh, no. Okay. I'm in the crossfire. I don't want to be in the crossfire. Man, this is the most OP thing I've ever seen. Honestly, it feels halfway towards just jumping into creative or something. It feels like you've gone most of the way there. If you can just neutralize your threat and make your game so much easier, are you even playing a game? You know, a lot of people would argue the definition of a video game is that you have a failure state you are trying to avoid. If you don't have a risk of failure, or at least there is no chance of additional success, are you really playing a game? It's a deep argument that is too deep for my understanding today. You know, I think I could probably be just about fine, because I need 50 bone meal. I've got 15. That means I only need to kill a few more skeletons. I'll just go to the bones. It's just easier that way. Okay, now we pray we don't make the same mistake twice, and we just kind of assume that it's impossible that I will, which is really good logic that will never go anywhere wrong. So, put these down, find my guy. He's not around here, but surely he's somewhere. Hey, there we go. Okay, now please tell me I haven't made a mistake somewhere. Okay, goes smoothly. I've got my furnace running here. It's got 23 glass. That'll do for now. 48 glass panes. Okay, so now we do this. And as long as we haven't forgotten something drastic, like, say, a compass, we're doing great. Unrelatedly, I do not have a compass. And I also don't have enough iron for one. Okay, so I've got a problem on my hands. As much as I don't want a Savannah Village map, I do want a Trial Explorer map, and it requires not just 12 emeralds, but also a compass. And a compass is 4 iron and a redstone. Now, I've only got 2 iron nuggets to go until I've solved that problem, but getting redstone is going to be harder. Not just because redstone technically has existed forever. We could technically go mining for deep slate redstone, I guess. But I have another plan, one that involves waiting for the sun to move through the sky. Wait, we could do this in like a cool fast-forward transition thing. So here's me looking, and realistically going off to another website to do some... Look, this is time is moving so quickly. Boom. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Wow, look at that. It took me definitely no time at all for that to occur. I certainly wasn't waiting the entire night. But now we can go out and we can specifically look for one monster in particular because I need the Witch. The Witch has a brand new drop, actually added in the past year. Honestly, I'm amazed at how much of Minecraft has changed in the last year, given how few major features feel like they've been added. There's been a lot of actually pretty cool tweaking. I do not like looking at this cave, but I bet there's a good chance we find a witch in here. So it seems foolish not to jump right in. Oh, actually, technically speaking, we could get our hands on some... I think iron is found as deep as minus 64. So if we just find some deep slate iron, we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Also, here's a geode, but there's absolutely no value to me from it. I just like the noises it makes, so we're gonna go stand inside. Oh yeah, good noises, right? Oh, I love those noises. The sound design on Amethyst is by far the best thing they've done in the past 5 years. It's just such a rhythmical block. Anyway, so we're gonna go deeper into this cave, hopefully find a witch while we're at it, but if we don't, we'll probably find some iron. Wait, was that a witch? Nope, I imagined it. Another Amethyst geode? Wow. Anyway, so this is a brand new type of iron ore that was added in 2020, deep slate iron, and it's going to allow me to make a compass and also, I don't know, make some armor or something. I'm not too interested in everything besides a compass, but I am interested in seeing a witch. So if one of those could spawn right now, would be pretty chill. I really cannot overstress how much of my life has been contingent on finding a witch. And whenever you need one, they'll never appear. But whenever it's the exact worst thing you could find, that is when they show up. And so I guess we have put ourselves in a situation where a witch would ruin us. Oh no. I can't imagine being poisoned right now. Would really hurt if that happened. Hope it doesn't. Oh no, please don't get me witches. Not here today. Not now. Oh, I technically placed a smooth basalt block down. Also added in 2020. Man, really feels like there's a theme in this video, that everything was added in 2020 or in the last year. Is that how time works now, though, to be fair? Okay, at this level of effort, maybe I should have just gone back into the cave and found some deep slate redstone. It feels like a less fun way out of the problem, but it is a way out of the problem. Oh yeah, it was literally just over there. I was making this whole point about how I was going to use a witch. It is the far more fun source of redstone. But here we go, look at that. Got some anyway, didn't even need a witch. And now that I specifically don't need one, do you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna make it home entirely uneventfully without a witch, apparently. Oh, but there are 2 Endermen here. I think I need to take advantage of those while I see them. Gotta be quick, gotta be quick, gotta be quick, gotta be quick, gotta be quick. Oh no, not quick enough. I am not. There we go. Ah, no, please don't. Oh, I used up all of my leaf litter, which means I now have to start actually smelting things. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I've got a wooden pickaxe for a reason, right? Oh, that was great. I now have enough to make myself a compass, which means we are officially going places. And by places, I mean a trial chamber. A trial chamber is the easiest way to get basically every Minecraft task done. And if we know which direction to head, positive Z apparently, we'll be able to do precisely that right now. So this is a creeper. He's a good friend. Don't worry about him. He's just going to give me a nice push in the right direction. And yeah, now we're going to follow the map in the correct direction with the goal being we want to find this trial chamber. Now, trial chambers are one of the newest structures, so I could see why a lot of people might be like cynical of going into them. However, they have by far the best stuff you can find in the game. I think that if you are willing to go through some challenge, There is nothing that can bring you closer to defeating Minecraft than going to a trial chamber, and that sounds like a bold claim, but let me show you how it goes when I get there. Okay, so let's do everyone's favorite dig down strategy. I personally like... Oh, so wait. No, if there's a cave like this, we've got to follow it. Personally, I am a big believer in the fact that you can just dig straight down. What are the odds that something bad is going to happen to you? But I know a lot of people really don't subscribe to my worldview, and for those people, let me give you an alternative. As soon as you've dealt with, say, the impending doom of water, which is coming to get you, which, to be fair, we do have to deal with literally right about now. Actually, let's put glass there, because if we put glass there instead, I'll be able to see the water. Wait, I can't... Okay. If I put glass there instead, then I should be able to see the water as a reminder that it's there. But I would recommend just digging straight down. But if you want to live life less riskily, dig 2 blocks at the same time, standing in between the two, and now you can never fall from one of the blocks being a dead end. And it's just a great way to ensure that as you dig, nothing bad happens. It is kind of dark in here, and all I can make is redstone torches, so let's make one of those. Oh yeah, look how bright it is now. That'll guide me all the way down to Y-64, I'm sure. Yeah, this is definitely the most chaotic first 6 days I've had for a Minecraft world, but it's actually been a lot of fun too. I think having that core objective in mind that I'm slowly racing towards is actually a lot of fun. But yeah, if I want to do this, I probably have to be closer to the actual structure dot itself. So we're going to run this way just a little bit. And we'll also go this way a little bit. Just so that my icon in the bottom left there lines up with the structure. And then hopefully my dig down will be a bit more successful. I was hoping to have seen something by now. And the fact that I haven't is mildly concerning. But only mildly concerning. Which means we don't have to worry about it. Oh, it's the better fluid that could pour in through a wall. But not by much. Okay, I'm getting very concerned now at the lack of structure. Do you think Minecraft lied? No, thank God it didn't. The map is correct, and here is a trial chamber. Let's find a chest. I think there's one under the stairs here. And let's load in just all the garbage we picked up. I don't need this stuff. It doesn't need me. So let's leave it be. And let's probably make a better sword. Oh, I didn't smelt my other iron. Well, let's make a better sword from the stuff that we find around here. Because trial chambers are great places, not just for finding stuff like, I don't know, emeralds. Look at that, a great number of emeralds. And arrows and more emeralds and more emeralds. But they're also great sources for stuff like tough blocks. Okay, that's technically useful to some people. Or iron, look at that. We've just got 2 iron now, 3 iron now. And as long as I have some wood left over, 11 planks, that's technically some, then what we'll be able to do is craft ourselves a table. We'll be able to make ourselves some sticks. And boom, iron sword for me. Probably the most valuable investment I could make. I can't afford a shield now. But maybe one day, you know. And yeah, because this is a brand new structure, the trial chambers, if you don't know, were added in 2025. 2024. Yeah, it's definitely 2024, the 1.21 update, the last major update at time of recording. Because they were added at that point in time, it means that even these beds are a new thing that we can enjoy, but we don't need to, because it's not nighttime. Great, okay, so what we do need to do is find ourselves a spawner, and ideally just one spawner, to start trialing our chambers. I guess the easiest ones to start with are the hallway ones, so let's go back and let's... Oh god, is it going to be poisonous? I hope not. Oh, it's poisonous skeletons, bogs. So bogs were also added in the same update, and they're great because they attack with poison arrows, but in exchange for that huge buff they get, they also attack very slowly. So, I think it's a fair trade. Ooh, a couple of fellas down there. Yeah, I do not have a good plan for food right now. You know, when you defeat trial chambers, you sometimes get food, and so, oh, let's hope that works for me, huh? No, okay. Oh wait, he just attacked me. He's not going to attack me again. Okay, so we've got arrows. We don't have food yet, but hopefully soon, right? Please, 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 please tell me. Oh, it's cooked chicken. Perfect. I'm going to be honest with you. My new favorite way to actually heal up, you know, if you're not in combat anyway, you switch to peaceful, and then your food just heals itself. I literally feel like I've just discovered the infinite money glitch in The Sims. I don't like using these sorts of things personally, but now that we've used it once, it's like, why not use it all the time? The moment you've opened up yourself to using an option, you'd be silly not to use it again, which is the big reason you shouldn't just ever, you know, cheat yourself in blocks, by the way. The moment you say that cheating is okay, you make cheating okay, for better or for worse. But yeah, we've got one piece of food now, and a lot of garbage to deal with. But let's deal with this first. It's a baby zombie spawn. No, it's a regular zombie spawner. No, it's a baby zombie spawner. Oh, I love these guys. I love that they've got smaller hitboxes and run faster. It's my favorite part of this feature. And I only regret that they don't add more of them. Okay, so yeah, this is the, this right here is the trowel spawner. It spawns a bunch of mobs based on what's in there. And if you take it out, you might get a trowel key. So both of these things were added in 2021 alongside this block itself. And they're very, alongside this structure itself. And let me tell you, these keys are handy. Because if you can find a vault, I think that's a regular vault. Yeah, no, that's an ominous vault. If you can find a vault, which I'm hoping we will be able to, you can use this in said vault to get some goodies. So let's do that now. That's okay. This is a scary place. Just looking for a vault to open. I'm not looking for a fight, but apparently I've picked one. Yeah, this is the best structure to go to if you want to practice your combat skills, because genuinely at all times crazy things are happening, and it's the only structure which does punish you for peaceful switching because you have to start again. So it's kind of like you have a way out, but you really don't want to use it. Not that you should want to use it anyway, I guess. But yeah, if you defeat all of the monsters from a given spawner, then what should happen is it will open up the top of it, you know, not the bottom, despite how the animation looks. But it will open up at the top, and it will give you some rewards. So in this case, if we just kill 2 simple breezes, then I'll get myself 1 simple key. Yeah, that's good stuff for me. Okay, so GG. Good news is, I set my spawn point, so it's not actually that bad for me. Okay, so all of this work and all of this pain has been so I can open this, a vault. And you know what opening a vault gives me? Golden apples, honey bottles, ominous bottles, and those ominous bottles, if you'll believe it, can be used to get you more keys. It does start to feel a bit like a pyramid scheme at some point, but if we now drink this ominous bottle, then when I go next to one of these same structures, they will re-fire up, even if you've literally just fought them. And that means we're in for a challenge again. So I'm going to sit here. Actually, you know, I'll pick up these things first. I'm going to sit right over here in this corner between these 2 spawners as I fight. Oh, wait. What did I just do with my ominous bottle? I think I put it in one of these pots. How did I do that? Why would I do that? Why does the game let me do that? Okay, so now I've got an ominous bottle. I can drink it here. And both of these 2 trial spawners will see me and go, yeah, you want a challenge? I'll give you a challenge. And then they'll spawn a bunch more baby zombies, give a bunch more potion effects, and bad things will just generally start happening more. Oh, God, where did you come from? So if you peaceful switch during this, they do vanish, but you've got to start again. So, real trade-off to be had there. Okay, let's just start with the 1 spawner, maybe. Oh, God. Even 1 spawner is a lot. Look at all their swords. Ah, he's got speed. Okay, that's what the blue effect must be. Logically speaking. You gotta admit, zombies with a little bit of speed is a funny twist. Anyway, though. So, now we can fight you. You don't have any armor, which is great. And there's 1 more. Okay, there's 2 more, apparently. Because there's even more enemies on the ominous wave. Okay, so we just want to get right away from those guys. Hope there's no one behind me. Doesn't seem to be. Oh, this speed really does make them terrifying. But yeah, even the most harmless mob spawner, in this case, the zombies, gave me all of that pain. But in exchange for killing them, I get some golden carrots, which is actually a good food source for once. So I'll eat my chicken, I'll grab the golden carrots, and now I don't even need to do some crazy peaceful noise to get this done. And also we can take the, I don't know, the lever we have, and we can pick this up, and it's a knockback sword. Oh, that's fun. But we can combine these swords together until slowly we get a sword that's actually worth wielding. And get this, now I can use that sword to attack more enemies. So this monster spawner should be going again. Okay, so instead we're just going to go for the breezes. Breezes are a nice, safe bet. They spawn in 2s, but they don't get any more strong as a mob because they're already meant to be a mini-boss. And so if you can just kill 4 of the guys before whatever that is comes and gets you, you'll do just fine. Okay, I cannot do this. I thought I could do this. I definitely cannot. So we'll go back into the previous room. Oh, no, not the baby zombies. If I just stand right here, what are the baby zombies gonna do? They don't have any power against my bow, which is now stocked with lots of arrows. And so, boom. Easy peasy. Oh, and diamond armor. I don't think that's still meant to drop. I cannot believe that it does. But now you're going to work out how I'm going to armor myself up against that dragon. It's using these guys as armor. And I'm so glad that they are spawning here. That they really do not understand that this is where you get whacked in the face. Because that's exactly what I need them to not understand right now. Oh, God! Got whacked by an arrow there. We can do something similar over here, but it should be even easier. Because all I have to do is literally place some blocks there. And then... Okay. Oh, they've got too much armor. Way too much armor. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die here. This is how it ends, chat. I should apologize for calling people chat. I should also apologize for not picking up the perfectly good diamond armor that's right here. Clearly I need that far more than I need a single block of dirt. Okay, so here's my basic idea. Wall off the entire thing, make it so the only way they can get to me is this way, and then make it hard to get to me this way. Oh no, that did not work at all. Oof. Okay, this was not what I envisioned at all. It seems to be just about working, but like, just about doing the heavy lifting in that sentence. What's down here? Okay, please don't hurt me. Oh, enchanted bow? Don't mind if I do. It's got power 1, which I'll use to finish any other skeletons I see in the area. And I don't... Oh, try it. Ominous vault key unlocked. Lovely. I don't need this brush anymore, so I'll take this instead. And then I'll run and immediately put this in the ominous vault right here. So yeah, this can give you really good opportunities to get armor, or if you're really lucky, emeralds and an iron block. You know what? The iron block will do me good, sure. So that iron block turns into 9 iron ingots. Take that and combine it with the previous ingots. And we've got ourselves from having no armor and no real way to make armor to using loot that we found from a 2024 structure to make some leggings. Yes, I will. And to make some, I don't know, I guess a helmet would be better than boots at this point. There we go. Look at me. I think I'm ready to fight the dragon. Except for all the actual loot, right? I mean, I'm still missing... I can't go and defeat the dragon without going and getting myself a bunch of IFNders. Surely, you must be saying. And you'd be entirely right to assume that, were we living in the pre-2022 era. Oh my god, I've got to break this soon. However, since 2021, more and more 12 IFNder seeds have been discovered, something that was previously thought to be a near impossibility. A 1 in 1 trillion chance of having all 12 of these eyes lit has become quite common, and as of 2023, a bunch of sister seeds were found that all have this 12-eye portal. However, just to add some fun twist to this story, in literally 6 months ago, all of these seeds changed with the Garden Awakens update, and so as a result of that update, some of these 12-eye seeds have just 11 eyes, which would really bone me if I didn't pick up this blaze rod. But I need desperately now to find an ender pearl, or I can't go to the end. I went through so much effort to line up this shop perfectly, and then Minecraft decided that they wanted to change these seeds on me, and I'll be honest, I got all this way into the playthrough, so it's not like I can change the seed now, but I can hope that somewhere in this fortress, there's an ender pearl. 1 minute, 37 seconds. Okay, there wasn't, so instead we're playing with the 2022 version of this seed, where the portal is completely lit. That was very legit. You know, what a wild thing to discover this late into the run, but thankfully also, I picked up a ton of cobblestone and a ton of other blocks to allow me to go and defeat the Ender Dragon. So this is something a lot of people think like, oh yeah, well, this is a hard fight. I've seen people do it. The way you gotta take down all those towers, then take down the rest. And, you know, as much as I'd love to do another reminder that the peaceful switch is the most OP thing that Minecraft have just added, you can literally at any point in time just say, you know what, I'll turn it onto peaceful. Even while in the end dimension, the dragon doesn't despawn. She'll even continue to attack me, apparently. But what's interesting about this is you can heal up, and all of the Endermen will despawn, while you can still have a fight with the dragon. But regardless what difficulty you play on, easy, hard, whatever it is, you'll find that the exact same thing is true, which is that you don't actually need to take down any towers, because the dragon flies to the center frequently enough without it. Which means if you just get 1 arrow through her neck, oh god, she's loud, you can deal double damage, and literally all it takes is 6 hits with an iron sword. She'll fly away, but before she's done healing, she'll fly right back this way. It's not actually a guarantee. But this is a method that has been around since at least 2 to 3 years ago, and it's just my favorite way to make the end so much easier. And if you aren't using this technique yourself, feel fine. That's great. But if you're avoiding the Ender Dragon fight because you're so scared of all the towers or you're scared of the complexity, you can literally sit in the middle, and as long as you avoid the purple sparkles, you can do the dragon fight really, really easily. Like seriously, look at this. I've been here for all of a minute now, and the dragon is over 50% dead. Probably will only take 2 more cycles to get the rest of the way there. Like, I have a really powerful bow here, but there's actually no point in using... Oh god, I'm in the purple sparkles. It's the one rule. There's actually no point in using it because it takes away from the number of hits you can do to her in the next cycle. So literally you wait, she flies back in, and then after a good fly, you know what has to happen. That's right, she decides to die. So this has been Defeating Minecraft using only 2020 or later features. I hope it has taught you about how the game has changed in that time. Wait, I forgot some key things. Okay, so take a look at me back in my lovely bed here. I am now wearing not just diamond armor, but diamond armor with the flow armor trim on. I guess you could argue I shouldn't have been wearing the iron leggings or the helmet. They didn't help me that much in the end, but this is trimmed armor added in 2023, and it's the first thing since the Trail Ruins I've been able to say wasn't 2020 or literally a year ago. And it's a fun way to end this video, because hopefully it's been a fun guide for anyone who hasn't played in a while, maybe got back into it because of the movie or whatever, as to what has changed, and just a reminder that lots more will be happening, and if you want to stay up to date with that and see my silly challenges, consider subscribing to the channel. If you like long-form content like this, you can consider checking out my streams, and where I do precisely this about 2 to 3 times a week. And if you don't like the sound of any of that, then thank you for watching this video anyway, because I'll see you in the next one. Okay. Bye. Wait, actually. Goodbye. Just really salt the wound on not being able to come back to this world.